Hey, everybody. We have my friends here, Mandy from Jacksonville, North Carolina, and we've got Carli from Ohio.
Hello,
Here to,
everyone.
yes. Here to talk about prospecting and creative prospecting, along as well with the commission changes and how we're getting ready for that. All the wonderful hustle bustle of real estate and what's all the new changes. So, fabulous. Thank you, ladies, for joining.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you for having
us.
us. Yes, awesome. So, Carli, I know you had texted me a million things that you do and differently, and you're see you're you know. Oh Lord, seems like it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm sorry. Your
No
process,
problem.
your processes and procedures for those kind of
Yeah.
things.
So, do you want me to start with just how we prospect, or how we
Yeah,
work mostly by referral
you
within our
name it.
community?
You name it.
Oh goodness. Well,
Why don't you start by how you prospect?
how we prospect. Okay, so we do ask for business from our past clients. So that is part of our prospecting. It's already built into all of our systems. We do we're very active in our community. So I feel like when I am out and about, I know that when I have this button on here, like I know that I'm in game mode. So that means that I am, not only working in my neighborhood and my community, but I am um, hoping that someone says, "Hey, how's the market?"
Yeah, yes.
Or I can bring that up casually. In regards to just basic prospecting, we do mailings. So we do mail to our local community, and those would be what I would consider like where people may not know us, or they may have never used us, or our paths may not have crossed. We do also advertise like in a magazine in our town. But other than that, like
So
sports
let me ask
programs.
you, when you do mailings, do you do one neighborhood? How are you picking the people you send the mailings to?
So when we list a home and we sell a home, we mail anywhere from 100 to 300 cards right around that house. And in addition to that, we also do what I call farming. And
Mhm.
I think everybody has a different definition for farming. But for us, my mother started our company, gosh, 40 years ago, and she built our business based on mailing. So we mail to our my entire town.
Oh,
So
wow.
we use the EDDM, so the every door direct mailings,
Mhm.
and we find those very cost effective for kind of casting a wide net. We have been doing that for so long that truly, every time I send a mailing out, someone thinks that I already mailed one like
Oh,
last month.
wow.
And
So,
maybe it hasn't been that, maybe it's
yeah.
been way longer than that, but we have definitely conditioned our community, to see. And in our mailings, everything has my picture on it and my brother's picture. I'm in business. We're a brother sister team, and so it has those pictures on it. Um,
I would
yeah,
love to see I would love to see some things that you mail. If you don't mind sharing those with me and emailing those to me, I'd love to
I
see
would
some
I
of
would
your
be happy
people.
to. Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
happy to. Um, other kind of every 2 years, our community has a taste of tip. So we have a huge business expo, and it's not just our local businesses, but maybe the communities right around. And when we host those every 2 years, I'm very intentional with what we do.
Yeah.
So at our booth, my brother and I looked like our photos. So like
Very important, right?
it really is. I mean, one, we make sure we take new ad photos every 3 years.
Mhm.
We are coming up on our 3 year, and I think that we kind of still look like our ad photos. But I'm really big on when you look at that picture, like, and I meet somebody at a house. By goodness, I better look like what is all over the internet.
That is so true. It's funny. My very first real estate picture I ever had, and I was amazed with Photoshop. Right? I mean, he took away
Mhm.
my fatness, he took away my poofy hair, he took away my wrinkles. I was like, "Damn, I look good." I made these cards up. Everybody was like, "Were you in high school when you had this thing taken?" Now I'm like, "It's just real. Just put that ugly fat bitch on there and let's call it a day."
Well, you bring up a great point, and I think we even discussed this at Elite in October. And I know there was a circle of us at Luxury that talked about this too, about we may put, there are people that will put out things that don't look like them, and they forget that their communities, their chamber of commerce, their churches, wherever they spend their time, they know what they look like. So if their ad photo doesn't match that, it's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
So, but for that business expo, like I even wear my black dress. Like, so I had the black dress, the same heels. And then we have behind us this huge banner of my brother and I. And so we get so many people that are like, oh my gosh, you look just like your banner. I'm like, yeah, we do.
That's me. Well, Mandy, where's your number one source? Maybe your number one and two source of businesses come from?
Client referrals by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do like the normal stuff like Popeyes and ask for referrals. I have it like built in kind of like Carli, where like before I close, like I'm asking them already like for referrals.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. So Mandy, you said that you had COVID. Are you feeling better now?
Yes. Oh yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask that before I made you talk too much. So then staying in front of your past clients, what are some things that you do to stay in front of them?
I've done Popeyes. Obviously I'm planning on doing like a happy hour and inviting like just groups of people. And I've kind of already like have that in the works for next month and see how, because I have a younger population normally I deal with. And so I think they'd really appreciate that.
See, I used to do it. I'm going to get back into it. Wednesdays, I would do wine Wednesdays, and I'd only invite 5 or 6 people because I mean, we do big client events where we invite everybody. But for these, I was strategically getting the people together based on interest. People that I thought they would mesh well with, maybe it's their age, maybe it's where they came from, maybe it's the age of their children, whoever, maybe they're into planting, or whatever. Something they've said that makes me trigger other people. And that's because I feel like if you do too much, you get burnt out on it and you get tired and it becomes a second job. And then it's like you quit doing it. But if you just keep it easy, right? Then it's fun. You get to actually hang out and talk to people. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. And then we do 4 parties a year, but we do from Easter egg hunts to animal costume party in October. So those are always fun to really interactive. So what are some other things? So Carli, you do mailings primarily. That's a lot of your business.
Well, it's not really a lot of our business. That's just the only generic, I shouldn't say generic, but like where we cast a net to people that might not know who we are. We mail to our client base once a month. We do e-newsletters once a month. We are very active in our communities. So, one of those things, I don't feel like it's okay to ask for a referral if I don't necessarily have a relationship with them yet in some way, shape, or form. We have a lot of our business is referral and also just reputation, where I'll say, hey, how'd you hear about us? And they'll say, well, we see your signs everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. I'll take that.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah. But I do think that, when we think about like creative lead generation, like creative doesn't mean complicated. Like it doesn't mean that we have to, do something crazy, right? Or every detail has to be, completely perfect. So I think a lot of agents maybe not a lot of agents, but agents may feel like it's too hard to do those things when it's really not hard. Yeah. We just choose to make it hard.
Well, and then I think it's easy to come up with the excuse, oh, I can't. I don't have time. I'm not organized. There's a million excuses, but you're right. What I found is just do it and take notes after it on what worked and didn't work. Make sure I keep all that in a spreadsheet. So then next year I'm going to do the same party. And that was a mistake I did for like the first 5 years is I try to reinvent the wheel every year and do different parties every year. But what I found are my clients like something they can count on. Like they like our pie, their Thanksgiving pie giveaways. There's certain things that they will say, like, Jennifer, what day is it going out? Are we doing it this year? But I think, and then just learning. And every year I tweak it. Tweak it. This didn't work out, or this could have been a better change, or ways to make it. And then it's easy. Once you already have it established, then it's easy to move forward. And then with the procedures, I mean, with mine, I put, at week 1, like if I'm doing it in 30 days, what do I do At what point do I send out the invitation? At what point do I send out emails? At what point do I make phone calls? And kind of line up exactly how to do it so that next year it just kind of rolls out seamlessly,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So then, I'm sorry. What else were you saying, Carli? I think I interrupted you.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, because what you were saying, don't make it hard, and I agree with
Mhm.
that. Just do it,
No,
and that it doesn't have to be complicated.
no.
You just
And
need
I
to.
think that some of those items should reflect like who you are, like your authentic self. Um, you know, we love our small downtown, so we want to support our small business, and we most of the downtown businesses, like I know the owners personally, so it's super fun to host our Christmas or holiday gathering at one of our local. It's one of our local. It's not a brewery, but it's a coffee shop and a bar. So coffee
That's a
shop
good
by day,
combination.
bar by night, and our town loves to swing by there. So we hosted it there last year, and I actually used someone's idea that we had chatted about, where clients would come in and pick up their pies. Instead of delivering them, because for years we've delivered Christmas pies and physically driven to every house, knocked on the door, sent them a text message ahead of time. If they weren't home, we left it, but we blocked in time so we could chat with them. Well, someone said at one of these events, like, well, why don't you have them come to you? Like, that's how we do it. I had never heard of that. So this last year we did that, and we
That's
hosted.
a game changer, right?
Oh my gosh, it
It's
was.
good clients like it. I mean,
They
my
loved
clients have
it.
become friends with each other, so they kind of look forward to who they get to see this year, and
It was great. I did not plan for that part of it. I didn't plan for our clients to come in and know one another
yeah,
and want to sit down, and we were paying for the drinks, and paying, we had it catered, so it was set up for people to enjoy it and be there for quite a while. I just didn't know that people would do that.
yeah. See,
So I think this year when we host it, now that people know, right, that we're going to do that, I think our turnout will be even larger, and then we didn't have to hand deliver so many pies.
you're exactly right. And another thing that I did that I tweaked is I get everybody to fill out a form, and it is basically asking who you know that's going to buy or sell in the next 90 days. But it's like fill out this form, all their information, and then who do they know? Most of the time they put nobody, and it's for a gift card, a chance to win a gift card of like $100 somewhere.
Okay.
There's a day spa down below us, and everybody seems to like it, so we'll do $100 gift card there. And what I found is that 100% of the people will say nobody. They don't know anybody. Perfectly fine. But within 2, 3, 4, 5 days after it, it's amazing how many calls that I get. And they're like, hey, Jennifer, I was thinking about it, because you're putting that subliminal message in their head like, hey, like, I love you, but I do work by referrals. Please do refer me. And it's just sort of that gentle way to remind them of that. And then you're offering them this gift card. The other thing I did, and this was Myrtle Beach Ryan, his idea years ago, is I had a videographer at one of them. And if you did a video testimonial while you're in there, you had a chance to win a gift card. And that was really good because he did a video of everybody coming in and kind of the whole event. And then sidebar did testimonials, which we were able to use in a lot of different ways.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm like sitting here taking notes right now.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why we do this, right? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. I mean, we've got a lot of agents throughout the United States that work really, really well together. And why not take what they're doing and tweak it, right? So if anybody listening, if you have any grand ideas, what do you do to prospect? What's your number one source of business, or maybe your second source of business, or your third? I was always taught that you needed 4 pillars of business. But if you have something that you're doing and working, put it in the comment. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So then, Mandy, what about you? So other than client events, right, and those referrals, you do a lot in the military. Is there something you're doing to promote that, or just being involved?
I mean, just my own experience, like personal experiences, being a spouse. I just try to relate. I mean, obviously, like, I feel like I have more credibility than other people maybe that haven't had the same experience. But the way, I mean, I work for agent referrals, hardcore.
Yes.
And then Just well, you asked for creative things, so this is a creative thing, and I feel very lucky, but there is it's actually a company. It's not national, but it's in several states. But they advertise in this area for real estate. They like offer to buy your home for cash, but they don't actually buy anything in my area. So they send me all their referrals. But I have a repair person who will wait to get paid at closing. So I actually help them get their property like situated, because usually it's not always in the best condition. But I've closed several of those. And that's
how did you get lined up with that company?
I have no idea. I have no idea. They told me Jay, and I was like, I'll take it. And now they just automatically email me. I don't even like, they email me everything, and I fill out the referral form. But yeah, I mean, I just closed a listing from that. And then those people actually bought another home with me.
Wow.
So
that's rather impressive.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is creative. It is very creative. Let's see here. Make a private. Let's see what Denise says. Make a private VIP client page. Give away coffee with a QR code. Very good. Yes. I'm looking to see if anybody else had any more ideas. I think that is a really good one. Somebody else had told me that too. It's just, yeah. That's something I struggle with because I have a hard time finding my clients on social media. I mean, I try. Maybe I should ask right at the closing table, like, hey, what are your handles? Is that weird? You do that?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to, like, I go back and add them at certain points, like later, but then like I can't find them, or like you can't friend people that they restrict it. I'm like, yeah, I need to be better on that.
I always get pictures. Maybe when I get a picture of them saying, hey, I want to post this on Instagram, how can I tag you? Maybe that's the way to.
That's smart.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. That's a good idea. So then in close, let's see. Let's see what Chris says. Who wants to read it? I'm a motivated seller lead campaign. Oh, wow. So it leads a month and 1 or 2 listings.
Wow.
Opportunity to buy properties at wholesale prices, which allows me to fix up and flip houses and yields. Wow. So I have a motivated seller lead campaign. So Chris, elaborate. What is your lead campaign? What do you do? How do you get these leads coming into your system? And then what do you do with them after you have them there? Elaborate. Tell us more. Inquiring minds. Tell us more. That's awesome. Appointment marketing platform. Okay, well, I want more information from Chris. So if you're listening, type away. Anything else? Anything y'all want to end with?
Well, I think it's a great reminder, not only to make sure we're wearing our brand, right? But it's important for us to get involved.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you're, one of the people with super excitement and wants to do everything, or, maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable for you to join different clubs. But I would say research things that, again, are authentic to yourself, and then get involved. I mean, be a member of your Chamber of Commerce. I'm a Rotarian, and, some of these, I'm in junior league. There are things that are not just for our local area. You cast a wider net, right? So when I'm out and about and I, have something like I'm wearing one of my Rotary shirts, somebody else that might be a Rotarian, in another community, might see that. It just, by being involved in organizations that you believe in, not that you're saying, hey, I'm going to be in this one because I think I can,
right.
Don't do that.
It's whatever. You're right. Because like I used to be PTA president, and that was my best source of business, but I did it because I was very involved with my children and wanted to be there. I didn't do it for the business, but the business does come organically.
It organically will follow you as long as you, again, let them know you're, that you're a realtor.
Talk about your business. Yes.
Yeah. So that way, if you're, if it comes up, it feels authentic. It doesn't feel salesy.
I agree. And I agree with wearing your brand. I've got a lot of different ones, but I have one that says Jennifer Bullock with Remax Executive. And just a handful of times, like the UPS driver came to my house true story. And was like, I was working in my yard in the shirt, and they're like, "You're a real estate agent? Can I have your information?" Bought a $700,000 house from me. Same thing happened at Walmart. At a stalker, like one of the guys sitting there stalking, older gentleman, actually had sold his house in Ohio, was renting here. He had retired, was bored, worked at Walmart, just not even for the money, just to kind of give him something to do. And he ended up buying $1 million home from me. And it just came, I just wear it. People like to talk real estate. And that's what I tell my new agents, because they're like, got one of my new agents very involved in this church. And he's like, I don't want to be creepy and salesman-y, and he's very involved, like the treasurer or something. And I don't want to be creepy salesman-y. And I'm like, tell people what you do, because people like to know about real estate. Everybody wants to know what's happening right now. What's the interest rates doing? What's the market doing?
Mm-hmm.
I think people like to talk it.
They do.
Yeah, I agree.
But I agree with you. Do something that you like to do. It's just the opportunity to meet more people. The more people you meet, right, more opportunities you have.
Right. And then they get to know you, right?
Yep.
You already have a common bond, because it's that organization, whatever that organization, believes in, people know that, that I'm a foster parent. And so if they have questions, they're not just coming to me, for real estate, right? They're going to come and ask me, about our foster care journey, how can they be involved in that? So I think just remembering that that you being involved in organizations is not necessarily going to bring you business, but what it will do is it will allow you to make contacts.
That's right.
And then it's up to you to bridge that gap.
Yes.
That's 100%. It's funny because I've been wanting to get into pickleball, and I took my first pickleball lesson on Saturday. And let's be clear, I didn't even know how to hold the paddle. I mean, I'm really very novice at it, but it turned out, it was like a public thing that was free. And it was a real estate agent that was giving it to the lessons, which I was a little bit embarrassed about because I didn't know that up front. But he was talking about that was his number one source of business. Is he opens these free clinics every Saturday, and just the amount of people joining, and that he talks about pickleball, but they end up having a relationship and talking about real estate. So I think pick your passion.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
And then wear it.
And wear it. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So then, Mandy, anything wrapping up with you? Sorry, I keep putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. I just want to
You're good. You're good. I've done other sources. I don't know if it, like in our market, it's a little bit different, I feel like sometimes, but like we obviously post like either rentals or listings constantly, like on Facebook groups like that are local, because there's a lot of young people that like to look like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Social media, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, social media is big.
Yep.
It's hard to find. It's hard to come up with a quantitative number, but it is big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you, ladies, so much, and this has been fun, and I think very educational. So I appreciate the two of you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you very much.
You are welcome, and I love you guys. And I will see Mandy in October. Yes.
Hopefully, I'm going to come visit you sooner than that. We're not that far away.
Okay, we're in neighboring counties, right? She's only an hour from me, so let's do it. I can't wait. You let me know when. Okay. And when's the next time I will see you, Carli? Is it going to be R4 is the next time?
No, I think I'm probably going to make a trip down that direction. So come and see some of our North Carolina agents.
It
gives me an opportunity to have a road trip, right? And see people.
Yeah, talk to Jessica Forteau. I really do enjoy hosting people. And Brandon Bartholomew. A lot of people have come and stayed with me, but I like hosting them. So come on down.
Well, you just made the invitation. So now I'm going to follow it up with a date.
Do it. I love it. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see you, Carli, at my house soon. And Mandy, I'll see you before October, but we'll figure out when. Maybe the two of y'all come down. I'd love it.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was